How many of you guys have heard of an acrostic poem? hmm I don't know, but I was just thinking about it, and it's a poem that forms a word down the line. So for me, I was just thinking about the word believe, and actually, I wrote one in Confessions Poetry Collection Volume 3, the most recent release of the Dream Publications, and I just wanted to, because I liked it, and I just opened to it randomly today because I was thinking about what to record, what to talk about, and it just came to me. It was like, blessed are they who envision life's invisible possibilities and enjoy every venture's granted experience with joy. And it's titled Believe. And not only did that catch my attention, but it got me thinking about not giving up and having faith in the process. You know what I'm saying? Having faith in the process. I'm just gonna talk about me right now because this is a non-docu series, but it's just a non-docu series. And it's just talking about my life and what's going on right now. So I just want to link it to something that maybe you can relate to, maybe you understand on the same kind of frequency as I do as we grow as individuals. Because I know most of the people that watch these are around my age, are in school. I'm not in school right now, but in school, working, or trying to figure out what they want to do in life. So it's just a lot easier to talk about what I'm going through, how that's working out for me, and things of that nature. So, sorry, I was just drinking some Dr. Pepper. So, what that got me thinking about is just the whole book thing that I'm doing, like Dream Publications. I've been actually working on books since I was 15. I was writing poems and not necessarily writing books, but I was writing poems trying to figure out if I could do something with it. I wrote this one book called Afterthoughts when I was like 15 and a half because I was ticked off at the world. I was mad at it because everything was just dark and gloomy, annoying. It just was crap, and it still is sometimes. This world, mind you, it's not the best place to be in right now. But as we grow and develop as individuals, hopefully, we all can make a difference in this world, even if it's small, even if it's only for a second. But I've been writing books since I was 15, learning my own craft, figuring out what kind of message I actually wanted to portray to the world if and only if one day it would grow to a point where it could have a lasting effect on the world. I was 15 when I started. At that time, I would say it was the most stressful and stress free at the same time. I was writing because I was stressed, but when I wrote and got it out and done, it was relieving. I didn't feel like I had to meet a certain standard or anything like that. Until I self published the first book, which is Afterthoughts, and I had some people critique it. Hardest thing ever did. Hardest thing ever did. But the feedback was good because it taught me that I'm not perfect. Yeah, I had this weird thing where if it wasn't perfect, I would give up. And like I said in the non-docu series number 1 or 2, I was just talking about all the things I gave up on and how right now Dream Publications is the one thing that I haven't dragged anybody else into that I haven't given up on yet, and I'm not going to give up on it. So just thinking about that and thinking about believe, it's just kind of reminding me, and hopefully it reminds you that life is a journey. Every step is important. Every day is important. Every minute is important. Every hour is important. I'm not saying grind yourself to death. No, because I learned the hard way. You will burn out. You can't work 24/7 and expect to remain 100% because you won't. Like I was talking to my mom the other day. Like I was stressed, irritated, annoyed, and just trying to find clarity. But that wasn't allowing myself time to really relax because my mind is always wandering around thinking about this, that, and the third. How can I, when can I, why can't I, why am I not here when somebody else is there, without thinking that, hey, our paths aren't the same, they're not going to be the same, And even if they were, it still looked different. It still take a different amount of time. And I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking, like, when's my turn going to be? When's my turn going to be? When all along, it's just that it just takes different intervals of time for different things, you know? I can't do this like the next person. I can't do that like the next person. But what I can do as myself, like myself, is important. And I believe strongly that God has a plan for every last one of us. And if we believe, let me read that poem one more time. Blessed are they who envision life's invisible possibilities. See, invisible possibilities, that means these things have not yet come to pass. You can't see them yet. These are visions, these are dreams, these are imaginations. These are things you write in your notebook that you don't expect to happen, that you hope can happen and will happen one day. But these are things that have not yet happened, okay? Invisible possibilities. And possibilities are not always guaranteed, but if you act upon the vision, if you act upon a dream, they can become opportunities, okay? Remember that. And enjoy every venture's granted experience with joy. Granted experience with joy. Let me say that. Let me say it one more time. Blessed are they who envision life's invisible possibilities. Now remember what I said earlier. The Bible says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You can't quite see them naturally, but up here, you can see them, all right? So, and enjoy every venture's granted experience with joy. Now, I'm not saying every experience is going to be fun, hunky-dory, or let alone exciting. No, it's going to be hard. I'm telling you, when you're chasing something, when you're trying to pursue a dream, you have to grow, you have to develop, you have to step outside of your comfort zone. And if you're not willing, you will stay right where you are. And that's the problem with me because I've been doing this, 3 years now? The first 2 years, I didn't want to change. I didn't want to step outside of my comfort zone. I didn't want to put it out there. I didn't want to show or talk to anybody about it. That's why I stayed where I was. That's why I wasn't higher when I could have been there, but I was staying right here. Until last year, when I actually started pushing, when I actually started talking, when I actually started, creating in a way that would become noticeable, even though it's not big yet. Keyword is yet. See, that's the invisible possibility. I'm believing that it will one day be big enough to fuel an even bigger dream, which I will get into a little bit later. You'll understand what I mean. But just thinking about it, it's just like you have to change. And that's what ventures and adventures and journeys are meant to do. Like if you watch anime, for example, no protagonist stays the same the entire show. They have to grow. They have to develop. Something within them changes or shifts. An emotion, an activity, a strength, a weakness develops, grows, or changes or shifts. So that's the one thing. Like, you have to change first. You have to be willing to grow. You have to be willing to develop. And it's not going to always be easy. But if you go through it with the mindset that this is going to make me better, that this is going to change me in the future, this is going to help me brew or grow something that's going to help me nurture the seed that God has planted within me, then that is embracing it with joy. Not that it's going to be easy. You will get tired. I'm telling you. If you're watching this distance right here, I'm telling you, you will get tired. But if you remain and stay the course, you will succeed. You will succeed. And I believe in you. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to look within and say, even if I'm without, even if I don't have the resources right now, even if I don't have the support I would like to have right now, one day it will come. One day someone will notice. One day someone will look at me and say, hey, what are you up to? And then I could comfortably say, I'm doing this, this, and that. You understand what I'm saying? When you believe in those, you see those invisible possibilities. They just present themselves in the weirdest way. And you will never know until you look up here before you look right here. Because you're so focused on what's happening out here, the likes, comments, shares, you never understand how you're developing within. Because the possibilities come from within and then happen outwardly. So that's what I gotta say. Whew. I'm sorry, I was going on a rant, but I was starting to feel it. I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, you have the power to change your life. You have the power to change the world. You have the potential to, if you are willing to change, believe, and take every hit with joy. You don't always have to swing back. Sometimes you might have to step away, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to look in the mirror and say, all right, what's going on? What do I need to change? What do I need to shift? What's going on within me that needs to be changed? And sometimes it's your circle. It's your outside people. It's people that are looking at you and telling you can't do this. You can't do that. Bye. You can't have those people. Bye. Because those people will hold you back. They'll make you think that what you've been doing isn't worthy or worth it. When in actuality, sorry, choking on spit. But when in actuality, you can and you will if and only if you believe. So I'm going to read this poem one more time just so it's like locked into your head. Because it's locked into mine right now. I'm telling you guys, this Confessions Poetry Collection Volume 3, it's really good, honestly. Me personally, I have a hard time reading what I write. I have a hard time editing it because I am very critical about what I do. Like I said, I had a perfection complex. I still have a little bit of one, but I understand that there will be mistakes here and there. But this is a really good book. It's the newest one, so yeah. Please check it out, guys. www.dreamsfo1.com. Even if you don't purchase one, just read the poem that's right there at the bottom of the description of the info section when you click on the shop button. Okay? I'd appreciate that. That's enough for me. I'm not doing this to become some rich, famous guru. There's a bigger dream in mind that involves changing the lives of others. And I'm just excited to share that with you guys once it's fully, put into a visionary mode, Right now it's just an idea, but eventually, I got you, eventually. But I'm going to read this, and I'm going to close the docu-series number 7. I appreciate you guys if you watched this far. It's been a pleasure. But believe. Blessed are they who envision life's invisible possibilities and enjoy every venture's granted experience with joy. BELIEVE. Believe. I believe in you. Hopefully you believe in me. Even if you don't directly support, even if you don't directly know what I'm up to, thank you. I appreciate you for even coming this far. It's an honor. It's a privilege. And I hope that this might have helped you. It hope it opened your eyes, If you want more poems like that, be sure to check out www.dreamsfo1.com. That's where all the poetry collections, that's where the book The World is. The book, it's a one poem, 27 topics, 100 something pages, 190 something pages. Writing that was so fun because it was just like looking at different aspects of the world and just putting it on paper, shifting and using different words to describe different things in a less direct way. It'll make you think. It'll make you really question what it is that you think about the world, what you think about this, what you think about that, but how you act, how you think, how you imagine things. But that's another story. And Freedom is coming out February 14th. Testimonial book. I have my testimony and 4 other people's testimony about how we began our walk and how our walk with Christ is going. And if you want to start your walk with Christ, there's a little thing in the back of it that'll help you to get started on that. So, once again, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. If you made it all the way through these 15 minutes, I thank you for realsies. Peace.